me, Mr. Goodie Grammar. I cannot thank you enough for spending your Woe Wednesday with me as we go over active and passive voice. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and look at what we will be doing this evening. First, we're going to jump into a basket breaker to get our minds going. Then, we're going to sip up some radioactive waste, where we talk all about the background of active and passive voice. Then, we'll practice together by asking for a little employee assistance. And then we'll put all of that to test with an aisle check. Then, we'll start checking out and do the Grammar Goodie Sentence Shout Out of the Week. So stick around till the end to see if you got the Grammar Goodie Sentence Shout Out. And then, of course, you fly away for the evening. So, without further ado, I think we should do a basket breaker.
Uh-oh.
For this week's basket breaker, the question is, what are your active interests? What are you currently interested in? Take a second and go ahead and type your answers into the comment section. Alright, Grammar Goodies, what did you get? Here's my answer. My current favorite active interest is laughing. Ow. Anyway, hopefully you put some incredible interest into the comment section. And in fact, all this laughing has me quite parched, may I say? So, let's go ahead and drink up some radioactive waste.
3, 2, 1.
The essential question for this lesson is, how does one turn passive into active voice? We're going to talk all about transformation. But before we can answer this question, we need to know exactly what active voice is and what passive voice is. So let's jump into it. First, let's talk about active voice. What is it? Well, active voice is basically where the subject of the sentence is performing an action. And it's usually following a subject-verb-object structure. SVO structure. For example, we have the dog chases the ball. In this active voice example, the subject is the dog, and it is performing the action of chases. So we have our subject and our verb. Then we have the object. What is the dog chasing? Oh yeah, it's chasing the ball. So here, this is active voice because the subject is performing the action. Pretty easy, right? Let's go ahead and look at a couple of other examples. Example, Shira likes birdwatching. Here we have the subject Shira, and Shira is performing the action of likes birdwatching. So this is active voice because Shira is performing the action. Let's go ahead and look at another example. Example, she loves Twilight. Here we have the subject she. We have the verb loves and the object Twilight. So this is active voice because once again, we have the subject performing the verb. And then we have a receiver over there, the object, Twilight. So this is an example of active voice. So, as you can see, active voice is just where the subject is performing the action. No matter what verb you use, Structuring your sentence so the subject performs the verb is writing in the active voice. That just sums everything up, puts it together. No matter what verb you use, structuring your sentence so the subject performs the action is turning it into active voice. Now, let's go ahead and practice those skills. Here's what I want you to do. Write an original sentence in active voice. Think back to our examples and model your response based off those. So go ahead and write an original sentence that uses active voice. Get to it! What'd you get, grammar goodies? I bet your sentences are absolutely beautiful. But active voice is only one part of tonight's lesson. Let's go ahead and jump into the second part, which is passive voice. Huh? Well, basically, when it comes to passive voice, the sentence gets flipped, and the subject is now being acted upon by the verb. So rather than the subject performing the verb is being acted upon to the subject. In other words, the subject becomes passive. It becomes the receiver of the sentence rather than the one actively performing the verb. Passive verbs show that something is being done to the subject. They always include a to be verb in front of the verb. For example, to be verbs are is, are, were, was, and so on. So those words typically appear in front of the main verb of the sentence. Whatever verb is being acted upon to the subject. Let me go ahead and show you an example. Before, we had the active voice example, the dog chased the ball. Here, our subject, the dog, is actively performing the verb chased. However, in passive voice, we have the ball is being chased by the dog. Here, we have a to be verb before our main verb, chased. So we know that it's most likely going to be passive voice. Also, we see that the verb is being acted upon, it's being put upon the dog. So rather than the dog performing the action of chasing, it's the ball is being chased by the dog. So the dog ends up getting flipped and going to the end of the sentence. Let's look at another example so we can clarify it even more. Before we had, she loves Twilight. It's active voice because the subject is performing the verb. However, in the passive voice example, Twilight is loved by her. We have our object first, and it's being acted upon by the subject. So is loved by her. You can see that we just flipped the sentence where the verb is being acted upon or is acting upon the subject. Pretty cool, right? Also, you'll notice that the word by appears a lot in passive voice. Why? Well, it makes sure to help emphasize that the verb is acting upon the subject. Well, I might be a little bit confused still, so I think it's time that we ask for some employee assistance.
Oh, so much grammar. My head's gonna explode. I don't know what to do. I need help. We need some employee assistance.
For this section, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to go ahead and provide a sentence. What I need you to do is, if the sentence is in active voice, I want you to flip it into passive voice. And if the sentence is in passive voice, guess what? Go ahead and flip it into active voice. So you're just flipping the voices of each sentence. That way you know how to write and recognize both types. So let's get into it. Question 1. Passive. The computer was activated by me. Go ahead and turn this into active voice. All right, grammar goodies, what did you get? Here's my answer. I turned the computer was activated by me into I activated the computer. You can see the difference here is that the verb is acting upon the subject in this sentence. However, in active sentences, the subject performs the action. So rather than the computer was activated by me, the active voice is I activated the computer. I'm actively performing the action. So that's how we turn passive into active. And keep in mind, usually in active, your subject is going to come before the main verb of the sentence, not the other way around. Let's go ahead and look at another question. Question 2. My platypus planned a vacation. Go ahead and turn this active sentence into, a passive voice one. Alrighty, what did you get, grammar goodies? Here's the answer. I turned my platypus planned a vacation into the passive voice sentence. A vacation was planned by my platypus. Once again, you'll see with passive voice sentences, that the object usually goes first, then that to be verb, followed by the main verb, and then the subject. So here we have a vacation was planned by my platypus, rather than the subject, the platypus, performing the main action. So the subject is passive in that sentence. Let's go ahead and move on. Question 3. The car was driven by me. Go ahead and turn this passive sentence into an active voice sentence. Okay, grammar goodies, what did you get? Make sure that you're putting your answers into the comment section. The correct answer to this is, I drove the car. Here we have the subject performing the main verb, which is drove, and then the object, the car. Before, in the passive voice sentence, the object is the car, the main verb was driven, but we have that to be verb in front of it, and then the subject, me. So you can see how we just flip the structure to get either active or passive voice. Let's go ahead and look at another example. Question 4. We have the active voice, Thor punched Loki in the face. Whoa! Go ahead and turn this into passive voice. Grammar goodies, what did you get? Okay, let me go ahead and give you the answer. The answer is, Loki's face was punched by Thor. Object, to be verb, main verb, and then our subject. Here, you can see in the active voice, Thor punched Loki in the face. Thor is the subject performing the main verb, punched, and then the object, Loki in the face, or Loki's face. Here, in passive voice, we actually started with the object of the active voice sentence, Loki's face. Then we have the to be verb, was, our main verb, punched, and then our subject, Thor. So you just flip the structure in order to basically get either active or passive voice. Let's go ahead and move on to another question. Question 5. We have the passive voice sentence, my homework was eaten by my dog. Go ahead and turn this passive sentence into an active voice one. What did you get, grammar goodies? Here's the answer. The answer is, my dog ate my homework. Here, we have the subject of my dog, the main verb ate, and the object, my homework. What a classic excuse. Anyway, here, we can see that it follows the typical active voice structure of the subject, verb, object, which is compared to the passive voice one of the object, to be verb, main verb, and then our subject. So that's the difference between them. And I think those five questions really bonk this into your brain. So let's put that to the test and do an I'll check. Ha! For this week's I'll check, here's what I want you to do. Go ahead and write an original sentence in either passive or active voice. Either or. Then, what you'll do is go into the comment section and turn other Grammar Goodie sentences from passive into active voice or vice versa. It's so that we're all pushing one another to grow and master this concept. So, again, write an original sentence in either passive or active voice and post it into the comment section. Then turn other Grammar Goodie sentences into either passive or active voice. What are you waiting for? Get to it! Grammar Goodies, I think it's time that we start to check out for the evening. Now, it's a time you've all been waiting for. It's time for the Grammar Goodie Sentence Shoutout of the Week. Yeah! The Grammar Goodie Sentence Shoutout of the Week goes to an individual or individuals that participated in the comment section on any of our social media platforms, whether that's YouTube, Facebook, or even TikTok. So make sure to participate in our comment section so you can get a shout out. And who does the shout out go to this week? May I get a drum roll, please? The Grammar Goodie Sentence shout out of the week goes to Silent6955. That's right, Silent6955. You get the shout out for this incredible sentence. Here it is. Underrated content. Please develop a proclivity to post this type of content. Absolutely, Silent6955. I'm right there with you, so expect a lot in my arsenal. And thank you so much for posting in our comment section on TikTok. We're always here for an incredible Grammar Goodie. And again, if you would like the Grammar Goodie Sentence Shoutout of the Week, make sure to participate in our comment section on any of our social media platforms. Whoa! And also, don't forget to make sure to check out our Word of the Week every Sunday. Live sessions every Wednesday. Oh, what are those called? Oh yeah, they're called Wednesdays. Content episodes out regularly. and sentence shoutouts that you can expect every Wednesday. And what do you want me to teach you? Put it into the comments section so I can go ahead and create a Wednesday just for us. And make sure to follow us on any of our social media platforms like our website, www.mrgoodiegrammar.com, and our Facebook and TikTok as well. But sadly, that's all the time we have for tonight, Grammar Goodies. It's time for you to be free and fly out into the cosmos. Anyway, my name is Mr. Goodie Grammar. Thank you so much for dropping by General Grammar for another Wednesday. And come in anytime. I'll see ya. Whoa!
Whoa! What are you still doing here? Don't you know that the episode is over? What? Okay, I get it. I mean, I know you love grammar. So why don't you hit like on this video? In fact, share it and do a little comment. But mainly, subscribe. Why haven't you subscribed yet? In fact, if you don't subscribe, you could be pulled into an interdimensional vortex. So, make sure to subscribe. Remember, General Grammar is tons of fun. What are you waiting for? Whoa! Click on another video.